I am comfortable. And that's not always a bad thing. Comfort is great, but it does have a dark side. It can make you feel lazy, and if you're not careful, a little stuck.
Now, discomfort, on the other hand, especially intentional discomfort, can have the opposite effect. It can change your perspective, it can help you find drive, and hopefully make you a better person. But we don't always have time to find that intentional discomfort. We don't always plan big, elaborate adventures that take a month. And that's where the microadventure comes in. Now, Alastair Humphreys, the guy who coined the term, said it best. Sometimes all you need to do is climb a simple hill. And today, that simple hill is this.
The Lake Mountains, standing just under 8,000 feet. Not the tallest in Utah, but tall enough. The plan is simple. Ride this bike to the top and back all in one day. It's roughly 40 miles round trip, and it's winter.
Now, the keen-eyed among you may have noticed that this isn't just any old mountain bike. It's an e-bike. And that's actually an important part of our story, because one of the key aspects of a microadventure is that it's attainable. And I, being not a professional athlete, need all the help I can get if we're going to make it to the top. And did I mention it's winter? Yeah, it's still winter.
Well, we are starting the day off great with the bike having a flat tire. It wasn't flat yesterday. Is very flat today. So let's see if we can pump it up and hope that it's just because it's cold and not that there is a massive hole in it. Alright, it appears to be holding air. Guess we're gonna find out. Let it sit for a minute before we leave and see if it goes down at all. What's an adventure without a little setback now and then, right? Wouldn't be an adventure. This is a micro adventure. This is a micro problem, right? Micro problem. Definitely not a big problem to have a flat tire. Definitely not a big problem.
Well, with one hurdle out of the way and probably many more to come, we packed up the essentials and said our goodbyes.
I am not gonna die. I have protective gear. I have warm clothing. I have people who love me, right? You guys love me. We are gonna survive. We are gonna climb a mountain. We're gonna go on an adventure, and we're gonna get back in one day. Off we go. I forgot my gloves already. Okay, let's try that again. Wish me luck. I'm gonna need it. Starting to think I should have worn a jacket. Wind chill is real. I haven't even made it out of the neighborhood yet. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I think that's copyright infringement. You know what? Well, I've got you. Let's have a chat. Discomfort in general kind of sucks, but it doesn't, right? It's a hard truth to come by and a hard thing to learn, that pushing yourself inevitably leads to getting better and to change, and it sucks and you're tired and you don't want to do it anymore, but by the end of it you'll feel great. For example, yesterday I went out to film, woke up at the butt crack of dawn, drove all the way to where I was gonna film, and guess what? I forgot my batteries. Literally forgot every battery. All left them on the charger. And what did I do? I got angry and I turned around and I left. And I even went on a motorcycle ride the rest of the day. And what did I do? I was angry. I didn't enjoy it the whole time. I was upset and couldn't get out of it. I couldn't get out of the funk. I went home. I told my wife, I'm just upset. I don't feel like I can do this. I don't feel good enough. Who forgets batteries? I spent the whole day being upset. I spent the whole day, I spent a beautiful motorcycle ride, hours, being upset. Because that one thing threw me off. And I got home. My wife looked at me and she said, well, you know what'll make you feel better? Going out and trying to film again. I know it's not the time you wanted to film at, but
sunset's gonna be pretty, and let's go push yourself. Let's go film. It's cold. I know you've had a long day, but let's do it. And I looked at her and I said, oh, I don't know, I'm tired. I just feel like kind of giving up for the day. And she would not take no for an answer. She said, let's go. No, we're getting in the car, get your stuff, grab your batteries. Let's go film it. I'll help you. So I did. We went out, we filmed. I trudged through the first part of it. I was not happy to be there. And then I don't know, it just kind of kept going and rolling, and I was doing it, and I was pushing myself even though I was tired and I didn't want to be out there. And then I got back in the car and I looked at my wife and I said, you're right. You were right. That made me feel so much better. I pushing myself, and even though I was tired, and getting out and trying to finish that thing and accomplish my goal for the day made me feel infinitely better. And I think that that's what micro-adventures do for you, is that maybe you've had a hard week. Maybe you've had a hard couple of days and you're not really sure what you want to do with yourself, and you're like, well, it's the weekend. I'm going to give up. I'm going to sit on the couch. I'm going to do nothing. But if you fight that feeling and you get up and you go, okay, fine. I'm going to go out and do something. I'm going to do something that, maybe if I was not tired or any other day of the week, I might say, that sounds fun, but I'm tired. I don't have the energy to do this. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this. You will feel so much better. That little oomph, that little drive, pushing yourself and feeling like you've accomplished something, no matter how small. It could be a 2-mile walk. It could be going outside and having a picnic, even though it's cold. It could be going on a bike ride. I think those all count as micro adventures. They all count as things that kind of push you when you don't really want to be pushed, but you do it anyways because the reward is worth it. So will this reward be worth it? I don't know, I can see it out there. We got a long way to go though, so hopefully, I think it will be. If I don't freeze to death first, or my legs fall off. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna get up there, and if we don't, we'll try again.
With the morning light guiding our way and our journey still only just beginning, morale was high. And that was probably because we hadn't started climbing. But it didn't take long for that climb to come into view. And at this point, reality was setting in. Our micro-adventure was starting to feel decidedly more macro. So before we continue, I figured we'd throw in just a little routine legal housekeeping.
Let this serve as my last will and testament if I die. I leave everything to my wife, including my vast Pokemon card collection and everything I hold dear. There's clouds up there. It's a mountain. I have a bike. What's the worst that could happen, right? What's the worst that could happen? I fall and break my leg. I tumble off the side of a cliff. I make it. It's best case scenario, I make it. Well, no use sitting around. I only just saw a sign that said, no maintenance during winter, etc., etc. You will die if you go beyond this point, the usual.
Speed. Speed is key. Speed and electrically assisted bikes.
Maybe this wasn't a great idea. Oh God. We are not even in the mountains yet.
As the road got steeper, nature politely introduced our first challenge.
Holy, that looks like mud. I was not prepared for mud. I probably should have been prepared for mud. My shoes are waterproof. That looks slippery. It looks like ice. Did I mention it's winter?
It was at this point, just to keep things interesting, the bike decided to try and disassemble itself.
That's an ominous sound from my chain. Oh God, my chain guide is... I think that's gonna fall off. We're partway up, but the bike has decided that it's going to break.
I mean, it hasn't broken, but it is attempting to. My chain guide here is trying to make a run for it. And it did. It did make a run for it. Thankfully, I brought some tools, so let's see if we can fix it. If you know, you know. In the grand scheme of things that could break, I'm not exactly mad that this is what broke. It didn't even break, it just came off. Probably my fault in some way, but you know. Alright, hopefully that fixes the problem. Okay, let's go.
With the mechanical issues behind us, I pushed on for a few more miles. But with every turn, the road conditions kept getting worse.
Oh. It's getting increasingly deeper and slipperier. Well, the bike says we have 8 miles of range remaining. I think we're gonna make it. I hope we're gonna make it. I don't know, the range keeps dropping because, you know, we're kind of going up a hill quite steadily. I hope it doesn't think the hill's gonna end anytime soon, because it's not. Oh. That was ice. It's all right, we're good. We didn't even fall. Very optimistic about that range, aren't you? I think riding in eco mode earlier saved my bacon. If we're gonna have enough battery to make it, that's why.
Eventually, about halfway to the summit, the climb was starting to take its toll on more than just the bike. So I pulled over for a quick reset and some lunch.
It's my wife's birthday dinner tonight, so if I die, I think she'll be a little upset with me. Remember the piece de resistance. Peanut butter, Nutella, jam, and butter. The butter is the key.
With lunch out of the way, I decided to check out the road ahead on foot. My findings were ice, ice, and more ice. Thankfully, I did not sustain any permanent injuries, so we continued on.
You saw nothing.
However, it wasn't long until all that ice started to become a real problem.
Okay. Oh, again.
The ice eventually gave way to even worse terrain. Things were not looking good at this stage. We had barely covered any ground since lunch, my legs felt like they didn't want to keep going, and finally, to top it all off, we were running out of battery.
And the bike's dying. I'm gonna keep walking. We gotta shed some layers if we're gonna walk. Okay, new plan. There is a turn here that I didn't know was here that looks like it might actually be a little more distance, but it's flat. Well, it's not flat, but it's a lot flatter. We might be able to use this last bar of battery to ride it instead of walking. And I think we're gonna try it. Because worst case scenario, we're still walking and it's a little flatter. And it's a lot less snowy looking. All right, one last push.
Pushing through the tired legs and endless rocks, we kept moving forward to see if this new path would eventually pay off. But unfortunately, the trail just kept getting worse. And that meant we were back to walking.
The bike does not want to keep going. I see it. Come on, we can get there. That's not that much further. Almost there.
The view was all the motivation I needed. And at this point, we were close. Frustratingly close. But just as the summit came into reach, the bike's battery finally died. and we were now stuck, less than half a mile from our goal.
The bike's dead, so it's not going to be getting us the rest of the way up there. I think we can do it. I think we're just going to walk the rest of the way. We're going to leave the bike here, and we'll walk it, because I'm not coming this far and not making it all the way up there. But the snow and ice just keeps going, so...
This was definitely a low point for me. After the rough roads, the reroutes, and everything we threw at it, the dream of riding a bike all the way to the summit just wasn't happening. I honestly thought we could do it. I really did. But between my own endurance, the bike, and Mother Nature, it just didn't look like it was going to happen. So I just kept walking, because sometimes that's all you can do. Forward is still forward, and wheels are boots. We were going to get there.
It's becoming increasingly clear to me that I was never going to be able to ride this, even if I had a full battery. It's okay, that's what legs are for.
Step by step, we kept closing the gap to the summit. And after miles of riding, sweating, and falling,
Come on.
we finally made it.
Oh, see it? I think this qualifies as the top. We did it. And I feel like my legs are gonna fall off. I didn't really think we were gonna make it here, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know what I feel right now. I'm tired. And I didn't think we were gonna make it. About halfway through, I think I would have told you that it wasn't gonna be worth it. And now I think it's worth it. Plus, it's only about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and my wife's birthday dinner party doesn't start for, 2.5 hours. So I can probably make it down and not die in 2.5 hours. The mission, if you choose to accept it, make it back down the hill before your wife's birthday dinner. This message will self-destruct in 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, bicycle, I have never been happier to see you. All right, cowboys, let's party. And not die. Here we go. And here comes the rocks. I am not a professional mountain biker. Bike isn't even technically mine. Okay, this is where it starts to get sketchy. And we're sideways. Oh, goodness. Okay, yep, we're going down. Ugh. Well, that didn't take long. Okay, I'm gonna dare to dare and ride again. Here we go. Oh,
Oh, we almost ate that. This is actually working pretty well now. Not gonna lie. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen eventually. The good news is I'm good. Boy, I'm gonna have a hell of a bruise though. Snow is your friend. Ice is your enemy. Float like a butterfly! Oh, I've never been so happy to be on pavement.
With the clock ticking down, I pedaled home as fast as my legs would allow, because birthday dinner parties wait for no man. And as the sun started dropping behind us, I found myself thinking about what we'd actually pulled off today. Was it an adventure? Definitely. Was it micro? I mean, my legs would argue otherwise. But mostly, I just felt tired. Tired, but in a good way. The kind of tired that comes with accomplishing something you weren't sure you could do. And riding home, seeing that mountain off in the distance, knowing what it looked like from the top now, that made me smile. And it also got me thinking about what the next hill we climb might be. Until next time, thanks for watching.